Hello from Northwest Iowa, Sac County, again. This is Carol Raasch reporting on Wednesday, June 3rd. We have had about a week and a half of good working weather, no rain, for probably about 2 weeks. Though central Iowa had a good 2 to 3 inch rain last week, a week ago, and I see that southern Iowa along the border had some pretty heavy rains over the weekend. We've been dry. We're looking for that good all night, all day soaker because the ground is pretty dry. We've done some digging to plant some trees, and it's getting dry down in the lower levels of the soil. We are looking at a cornfield that we planted the 25th of April. It was one of the first fields that we planted. We farm with my husband's brother and his nephew, and then our 2 sons also that farm. So we have 4 entities that use the planting equipment, and so this was one of the first fields that we planted. And so it is pretty well underway. We've got probably, if we stretched it out, about 10 inches of corn length there. So it's looking pretty good. This is on being ground, and you see it's pretty clean right now. We do have a couple of weeds I'm looking at here, but on the whole, it's pretty clean. Around here, folks have gotten their hay down and up in this week of dry time, and we've also seen a lot of spraying going on today. It's one of the calmer days that we've had, so there's a lot of spraying for the weeds that could be coming or are coming, and fence rows and terraces getting sprayed. We generally use a lot of liquid hog manure for our fertilizer, but we do have some locations that are too far away or to do end rows and that sort of thing with anhydrous. The anhydrous this year was about $925 a ton in cost, and our diesel is running about $1.68. The last fill that we had is $1.68. So we also have some cattle yard material, I guess you would say, to fertilize our crops as well. I'm going to check out a bean field next. This is Carol Raasch again, showing you the last bean field that we planted. This would have been on May 24th, the Sunday before Memorial Day, that we finished this up. And that was the end of our planting. So this was the last field that we had. We're in 20-inch rows again, but you see these little guys have just poked through, and so they're just underway. One of the things we try to watch for is the weed pressure, and so we one son is a crop scout as well, and so he keeps us pretty well informed about that. So you have the whole gamut here from April 25th to May 24th, kind of our planting window that we had for the 4 entities. Some of the neighbors have also broken up their hay ground after they took that first crop off and planted that to beans, so they're just a day or so behind a number of the fields that got planted around in the area. So we'll see. We have a number of these fields that were planted in some moisture, but sure could use a drink now. and of course this hayfield that was planted just next door to us. I would guess that the beans might be sitting in fairly dry dirt. Some of the fellows are putting on the side dressing of anhydrous as well now. We generally do minimum tillage. That might increase our usage or our experience with less and less tillage as time goes on, and as the equipment allows us to do that for getting a good seed bed. We had some row cutters on the planter this year that the fellows were pretty pleased with. So that might be an experience that we continue to develop as far as in another year. We're trying to cut down on the cost of that fuel and time in the fuel and compaction of the soil, of course. So until next week, this is Carol Raasch signing off, and hope that we are nice and damp by the time I talk to you next. Bye.